Alright, welcome back to Cinderella, and we are after Rod, and we're all the way back here. Oh, who guessed that the first step of getting Rod's thing is going left? So we have to start, where should I go? All the way back to chapter 1. Man, I was hoping at least I got all chapter 1 correct. Nope. And where I go is to get my answers. Doesn't tell me what happens in the story, just tells me which option to push. So I'm still left in the dark of what's going to happen. So go left. And what's going to happen now that we went left instead of right? I cannot let the pain in my feet or my actions stop me. If I stop now, they will definitely catch up to me. And tossing my coins might not be worth anything. And they do. A dead end. Nowhere left to run, girl. What should I do? Oh, who are you, gentlemen? This is definitely not how you treat a lady. Huh? Who's there? A shadow looms above us. Before I can blink, a person has jumped down in front of me. His body actually as a barrel between the two men and me. So it's you. I don't know why I'd have to go left or right. Why does this have to happen? Who are you? Oh, me. Just a passing gentleman concerned about a damsel in distress. He turns to him and his head calm. His eyes flash dangerously. Now shall I teach you gentlemen a lesson? He got a sword. What? Come back, you coward. The two of us can take him. I think your friend has the right idea. I am not the type to show mercy. This is way too much trouble for a little gold. Are you all right, my lady? Yeah. You found her. Oh, this is different. The boy from yesterday. A little sharp. Oh, aren't you, kid? Don't call me that. Do these two know each other? I don't even know what's going on anymore. I feel ill. My head is pounding, my feet is still slammed like they are frozen on fire. Frozen on fire. Well, my stomach rumbled, my hunger came back with vigor. My body feels light. Princess! Princess! Lady Provincial will be able to help her. You're right. We need to move now, before anyone else sees us. Yeah. Hang in there, princess. Everything is fading. A dream. Yeah. How about we skip this? And up. I'll play auto for a while. Come on. Oh, it's too slow. Skip. Blah, blah, blah. Now we're posted. Oh, now I have to... Do I really have to ask everything again? We already know. Well, it does say ask all questions, so... Blah, 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 blah. How do I break the curse? Blah, 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 blah. What happens to break the curse? Blah, 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 blah. Or are you two working together? Blah, 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 blah. Asked all the questions. It told me I had to. I don't see why, though. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. I'm supposed apparently to do ... You hate me. You have no right to start acting that fun now. Not when you treat my family with such disgust. The only reason I didn't say anything before is because Emily didn't want me to. Oh, we've done this. Unhappy or two. Now that you are gone, I don't have to pretend to like you anymore. I'm going to return the palace now. It's all gone. They're all happier. Your fairy sausage has been erased in the palace. They never knew you. That means they're probably happier without you. Even the king. What did I expect? Why did you bring me here? The people mentioned Martian, I shouldn't have left you alone in there. I'm sorry. Yeah, you are. Blah 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 blah. And apparently we're supposed to throw the tray at him. Can I throw the tray at him? I'm tempted to let you. Dolores is going to let me. Fancy as well. Oh, be my beating heart. Huh? You. Oh, you're awake. Another lovely lady has entered my chambers. I don't think my heart can handle the period of 3 of you at once. I think I know how Karen here got these head injuries. Some lady said she had enough of his rubbish and wanted to punish him. The Lord, patience. He must not be in the right state of mind right now. He did take injuries to the head after all. The man finally stopped to look just at me. His eyes narrowed and stares almost went to snap him. What? You're familiar. But no, it's impossible. Aren't you the crown princess? What are you doing here? If he knows, then he's definitely not a witch or a fairy. Can only mean one thing. He recognized the ice princess. What is your name, good sir? I would answer the asking question of me, madam, but the man looks down at his notebook in his hands. I do not remember. Amnesia. I know everything about and yet I don't know the first thing about myself. Especially I have the Rumpelstiltskin curse. Except that I have Rumpelstiltskin curse. Rumpelstiltskin shirt. Is that a fairy tale? I know it. He got the fairy tale curse. Fairy tale curse. Do you remember how to break it? For what I remember, I need to somehow collect 3 memories that got appear in this journaler as entries. He shows us the notebook he's been holding on since we entered the room. My first memory is walking up and holding this. I thought there would be an info in here, but it's empty. Another victim of the curse. You must be tired. Rose will leave your breakfast here and you have some time to yourself. We'll be outside if you need anything. And blah. Nothing interesting. Except for this part, which is awesome. Blah, blah, blah. Making me sweep. Right. You know, the options thing. Rod. Rod came to the Martian today to discuss something with Perivum. This is just the 3rd time he has visited there since I've been here. I wonder what he's discussing with Perifio. Rod's eyes burned as soon as me entering the room. Oh, it seems like the princess has something she'd like to ask you about, Prince Rod. She probably already knows why I'm here. Thank you, Prince Rod, for telling me about this. I shall leave you with the princess for now. Rod's version turned grim. He clearly disapproves of me, even just being in the same room. As soon as Perrin leaves, he shouts and glances in my direction. What do you want? All I have done is enter this room, and he is already angry. I am still not used to being treated like this by him. I am here to ask you about goodness. You're asking the wrong person, Rose. Did I make the right choice coming to him? I do not intend to help you break your curse, no matter what Lady Perfield says. Pardon? Ems and my mother has tried to be kind to you many times, but your response was stern and cutting. You think I've been cruel to them? How else would you describe your behavior? I am all of a sudden the one at fault. They came to the palace, made my life miserable. I am here, the victim here, not them. The others may think you are capable of goodness, but I certainly doubt that. I do not wish to work with you, so do not come to me for your help. Excuse me. He turns his head around and begins to walk and leave, standing me alone in the room in anger as I was before. How dare he treat me like this? I grab his arm and pull him around, then he faces me. I refuse to let him beat me like this, especially when I made a commitment to change. What if I can help you break your curse? Will you help me then? Rod fixes me with ice stares as he pulls away. I do not intend to break my curse. What? Rod shouts at me one last glance before he leaves the marshes, leaving me standing there confused. If he does not intend breaking his curse, why is he even here? And nothing more. Clean the floor, entering, and seeing Rod again. I glance at Rod as he enters the turn. This was almost perfect timing. He told me he did not intend to break his curse, yet he is here again. Rod must have seen my eyes on him, because the minute he walked in, he turned around and looked at me. Especially as cold and on movement as he points to leave the turn area again and enters the reception. I follow after him. I told you to find someone else. What can I do to make you stop hating me? What? You said that whatever I have done to you or your family was bad. So I referred that I might get a good deed. You truly do not understand how good deeds work, do you? I would not be asking if I did. Rod closes his eyes and rubs the back of his neck. He looks thoughtful, but also intrigued. I'm interested to break my curse as soon as possible, and I will do whatever it takes. And it seems to me that it's easier way to act a good deed is to fix those supposed bad things I've already done. So are you going to help me or not? Tell Lady Perfield I'll see her another time. He leaves the room without answering my question. I ball my hands in a fist, and he calls me the cruel one. Sleeping, information, choices. Rod. More stuff, me, Emily, the waiting room. Alright, I did the right thing last time. Answer him. I'm here to break my curse. You expected me to believe that when you had people offer to help you at Martian? Rod's expression changed after clearing in his eyes. No, I know why you're really here. What are you talking about? You thought you might take back what is rightfully yours, didn't you? You have no qualms about hurting my family again. I stare at him, nosing, but his action I carefully curbed this horrible anger inside me. The last thing I want to be is fired before I break my curse. I'm not here to hurt anyone, so stop accusing me of such things. We glance at each other in silence. I always thought Rod was the closed off and quiet, but his motions were always blurry in his eyes. You shouldn't be here. Rod steps back, but his glance is still fair. I do not have time for this. I'm going to find Ems. Why so? You can insult her? No, because it is now my job to attend to her. Excuse me. Find the crying Ems. Blah, blah, blah. Waiting, looking. I feel Rod's glance on my back as for a turn. No more questions. But Princess. Right now, I am a palace maid. Hey, what? It's a long story, and I have no time to explain. Do not ask. Princess cleared then. He seems to struggle for a few moments before he finally sighs and nods. Yes, Your Highness. Thought it was nice to hear someone here speak my title. It will not do if Francis calls me that on accident. It is just Rose for now. But I turned to face Rod. Emma is waiting. What? The guards could not even deliver her message? Where are you going? Ems wants to visit her friend's shop in town. She wants you to go with us, Rod. Town. Often I wouldn't mind Francis joining us, but right now he might be on nursing company. He may very well give me away. Rod barely wants to speak with me when it's just the two of us. I doubt Francis would make his more sociable. I am assuming that you is not an option at this point? Yes. I just looked down for a moment before looking at Rod. I'm sorry to ask you of this, Your Highness, but since she refused to let me do so, please look after Princess Rose in my palace. Ridiculous, I do not need to be coddled. Even if I did, Rod could not care less if I am hurt. I will do my best, Sir Francis. I cannot tell if he is being gentle or not. Francis bows to the both of us. Stay safe, Prince Rose. And you, Your Highness. Rod turns and begins to walk away without another word. Come on. Rod is silent as soon we made our way back to the palace gate. I am still thinking about what he said to Francis earlier. Why would Rod agree to Francis' request? Because he just wants him to leave? I stare at Rod back as he walks in front of me. Sometimes I can't figure out what he's thinking. Rod, Rose, Em's beams when caught sight of us. Are you ready? Rod crossed his arm. He does not look very happy with his sister. Even though Rod is younger, I cannot help but think he often sounds like the older of them too. I'm busy, Ems. I can't drop everything whenever you want to leave the palace. I'm sorry, but I really need some fresh air today. You can get plenty of fresh air on the palace guards. I feel like I need to be off the palace guards. Em's face dropped as she looked down at the ground. Rod lets out a sudden sigh before stepping aside to the carriage. Come on, Rod. Just for an hour, okay? Thank you. As soon as come to realize that it was easier to walk around town now that everyone has forgotten who I am, the corruption around town feels brighter. All the spirit stares are gone. Princess Ems. Oh, how are you? Is your wife feeling better? Ems has responded to most of the people who knew her. She seems to know a good measure of people in town. I hang back at Ems speaking with the man. The nice extra hovers somewhere nearby, watching from a distance. We're going to talk longer than an hour if she continues like this. I'm not going to rush her. Don't you need to return to Pounce to continue whatever work it was that you were doing? Rod raised his eyebrow at me. I do have to get back to my studies, but my family always comes first. If this makes Emily happy, then I will let her come with her to town. It's a small thing. Happy. I look more closely at Ems. She smiled, but then she always smiles. I do not understand. She's more at ease talking to the town people sometimes because they do not judge her. Why would she have to worry about being judged? It is clear that everyone adores her. Ems takes the maid's hand in her as she wished him well. Rod points out the gesture. See that? That's goodness. You can learn something from my sister Rose. Is goodness pertain to be interested in lives of strangers? Rod eventually says her. Ems eventually says her goodbye before walking towards a fair store. Walking towards a familiar store. This toy stop I visited with Em and Rod before. I glance at Rod and notice the expression on his face. He seems conflicted. But why? But before I can ask, Rod marches in front of me and I push the doors open. When I enter, Ems is already hugging the shop owner, Victoria. Ems, you look as beautiful as ever. Oh, please, I look the same. You, on the other hand, Em stepped back before nodding, a bright smile on her face. Being in love suits you. When is the wedding? Wedding? She's already engaged. I catch a small movement out of the corner of my eye and turn and glance at Rod. I notice his fingers clenched into a fist before he quickly hides his hand behind his back. Though his expression is unreal as usual, I notice the tightness in his shoulder. 11, and I haven't set a date yet, but it should be soon. Would you? Helen trails off when she knows the rest of us. Hello, Rod. Victoria. His tone is surprised, sarcastic. Last time he was here, I was sure he'd sound friendlier. So what can I help you with, Ems? Looking for another doll. Another doll, but Ems is not interested in dolls. Oh no, I'm just here to see you. I can't stay for long since Rod has things to do. Ems, I'll be waiting for you outside. Oh, okay. I know it's my job to follow Ems around, but I'm not at all interested in hearing her talk to this girl. What does she even want me to do? My time might be better spent trying to prove Rod's opinion to me. If I could get him to tell me what I have done wrong, I can make it up for it. I hope that would give me a good deed. I curtsy to the two girls. Excuse me, Your Highness. I shall wait outside with Rod. I caught the clear of my throat. With the prince. Okay, I won't be long. I move to stand next to Rod, who is leaning against the wall. Rod sighs and annoying. Why do you keep following me? Aw, they're cute. Tell me, how to revert, whatever wrong have I done to your family? This again? I cannot help but scroll at Rod's answer. You sprout out this nonsense about goodness, but refuse to help me. How is that good? What? No, I didn't. You haven't given me any reason to help you. I offered to help you break your curse. Excuse me. You're the one that said no to it. I did try. Don't say I didn't try to do anything. What? If you're not serious about getting learn how to be good, then I'm not interested in helping you. Maybe I can catch him off guard by bringing up his raisin in a toy shop just now. Fine, then I'll make a normal conversation. Who's Victoria to you? Has she done something to hurt you? Hurt your family too? Erin is a child friend. She is not like you at all. Oh, then why are you acting so cold to her? You obviously did not want to be inside the shop. Rod looked away from me and Sharon kicks a pebble on the ground. This is none of your business. I sighed, disappointed with Rod's reaction. Rod turns away from me as Ems exits the shop. Ready to go. Ems nods with a small grin. The two of us begin to make our way to the palace again. By the time we return to the palace, evening has fallen. I hope we're not late for dinner. The minute the carriage doors open, we are greeted by two familiar faces, Sir Athan and Sir Mithal, standing beside us. Prince M, Prince Rod, I was on my way to look for you when Sir Mithal informed me where your whereabouts. He glanced at the knight, exhorting the knight, and the knight smirks back. Sir Mithal turns sharply to me afterwards, his eyes narrow. Why is he looking at me like that? It was getting late, and the queen was worried. I'm so sorry. Prince Ems and Prince Rod, it's almost time for dinner. Please let me insert you inside. Sir Mithal grunted for them to follow. I'm about to follow after them when Sir Athal suddenly moves to block my path. His eyes were cold. He opened his mouth to say something, but then closed it and shook his head. You are dismissed, girl. You may go back to your quarters. But this is an order. His glances pinned. Even when I was a princess, I was not able to stand up to him. That gaze. Rod, he suddenly grabs my arm and pulls me down the hall. Where are you taking me? Rod does not answer, just continues moving until we reach him. What is going on? Rod cuts me off before placing a finger on my lips. He looks around a while before pulling me through the door, waiting for him. This place. I haven't heard of this place. Is this a secret passion that leads in town? Rod does not answer me. He simply walks in and I see that not operating but to trail after him. How is that you know about this place? He still refuses. Are you deaf? Rod suddenly dumps and I bump him and he scowls. You ask too many questions. Because you refuse to answer any of them. I glance back at him until Rod makes a sound. Lady Peripheral is the one who told me about this passion. It makes secreting out of the spell easier. Peripheral. She does not give me any explanation to how she knew of this place. There are only means to the two of keys. The king has one and Sir Atha has one. Why do you have a key? Don't tell me you stole it from the king. I am not a thief. Lady Peripheral also had a copy. She saw fit to prove me that a key of my own use. What? Why does Peripheral have a key? You would have to ask her. Once we step in town, I realized that we were heading to where we're heading. We're going to Mythal. Dora is the first person we see as soon as we enter Mythal. Well, look who the cat dragged in. Flora, you. Rod glanced slightly. He moved forward and points at me and glancing inking. She's not staying at the palace. What? Then raised the eyebrow. What's that? She works there now. I do not know what game you're playing at, but I will not be a part of it. Excuse me, this is not a game. I do not want you meddling in my life, meddling with hers. The room temperature dropped. Seven friendly grease. Dora stares at Rod. Her eyes suddenly lack any emotions. With all due respect, Your Highness, I do not meddle with your wallowing. But just because you do not wish to break your curse, don't mean that the others shouldn't want to either. You should be humbled that the princess here thought you would be able to help her. Rod raised an eyebrow. Where's Lady Peripheral? Of course you want to talk to Peripheral because she puts things nicely. Fine, I'll fetch her for you. Door turns as she sweeps out of the room. Outside, she clears in, but he does not put a voice to his anger. Now that we are alone, the silence is devastating. And so, let the question bother me since we got here. Why do you want me out of the palace? The further away you are from my family, the better. I glance at him. You're referring to is confident unaware. I am trying to make up for what I've done in the past. Only because you are being forced to. Why should that make any difference? Besides, I'm still here willing to help you break your curse, even though it appears you do not want to. I do not realize the anger inside of me at first, and then I notice that my hands are in a fist, and then I am shaking. You are angry at me for treating your family with unkindness, and yet you do not treat me with any respect or kindness either. Excuse me. I realize that this is the anger I felt in a long time, and it made words fall out of my mouth. You are guilty of the same deed you're holding me against for. We are both being cruel to our family, aren't we? Rod's eyes are blinking as he slunks towards me. He stops right in front of me, his mouth pressed against a firm line. As you are so fond of telling Ems, we do not share any blood. The only thing putting us together is the king, and do you not share his morals? Remember this, Rose. You will never be part of this, my family, and I will never see you as a sister. Orm storms out of the air just as Dory enters. Sorry, looks like Peru wasn't in. She paused, then gives me a warm smile. Seems this partnership is going well. I throw my hands up in anger. He is infuriating. Not as helpful as you thought. I'm surprised you were asking for his help in the first place. All I have been doing today is following around Ems, and he still has a reason to snap me. In his eyes, I can do nothing right, even though I am making an honest effort to break my curse. Her eyes as she slides down into a chair. Has he told you anything about his curse? Nothing useful. Dorn sighs. Boys can be so ignorant about their silencings. God has been aware of how to break his curse from very beginning. Then why hasn't he broken it? I have no idea. I think the only other person who knows the full terms of the commission of Rod's curse is Peripheral. Peripheral has known Rod for a while. She couldn't him to keep coming to Mythal every after he gave up on breaking his curse. Peripheral also thinks that working with you will turn Rod to find another way to break his curse. Another way. Don't ask me. I don't know how much about his curse either. But if you keep trying your cover Rod to talk, I doubt that very much. It seems that all I'm doing is telling Rod that I do not deserve to break my own curse. Dorn looks at me for a few moments, then she grins. I have an idea. If it's another terrible idea, alright, her won't be a doll. There we go. We're in the doll room with her. She's about to tell me about the dolls and stuff. Nothing important, really. I will stop here for today and do other chapters next time. And get the goodie thing. Peace, guys.